Good morning, everybody, students, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, I can't really say warm welcome, but welcome nevertheless to this quiz, Azadi, our Road to Freedom. This is being organized, as some of you already know, from the understanding and the invitation that we had sent out as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, which is a scheme by the Government of India to celebrate the 75 years of independence that we have been celebrating for the past year, in which the year-long celebrations culminate this year on the Independence Day, which is the 15th of August. We have the privilege of having with us Mr. Devanjan Mahapatro. He has been a quizzer for a very, very long period of time. He graduated with English from Presidency University and then went on to study art and aesthetics at the Jawaharlal Nehru University, where he is currently a research scholar pursuing his PhD. He has been the president of the Presidency University Society for the Acquisition of General Knowledge, which is a mouthful, but that's the Quiz Society generally, and has also conducted quizzes at various schools and colleges, and I know that you are also expected to conduct a few more in the short while that you are here. So, it's fantastic that we're starting right on time, so I would not make you wait any longer. Some of you have been waiting for about an hour. I will just hand over the proceedings to Devanjan. And does anybody have any requirements? You're all comfortable? The AC is fine? Okay, thank you. Yeah, over to you.
Thank you, Shamika. Hello everyone, a very good morning, and I'm really glad to conduct a quiz in Victoria Memorial Hall. Thanks for this opportunity, and I welcome you all for coming to participate in a quiz in this weather actually. So this is the deal for the prelims. There will be 15 questions and 20 points each. So I would request you mark your sheets from 1 to 15, okay, and 4, 8, 10, 12, 15 are star marks.
Just two small announcements. If anybody, which I had already announced before, if anybody is carrying their mobile phones with them, kindly surrender them to your concerned teachers, please. Yeah. Or books, exercise books, anything. Yeah, just right. And for the teachers, it would be very convenient if you kindly just put your cell phones to silent mode or something. Yeah. And the final thing, please mark your sheets with the name of your school. Thank you. Just in bold letters on top, please. Thank you.
Okay, so as you guys are settling in, I'll be running with the rules. So no negative marking, so take guesses. If you think answer can be correct, you have a slightest hunch, it could be correct, so write it down. There is no negative marking, I'm telling you. Anything can be an answer. Don't think of it as a strictly freedom movement quiz. It's a colonial history, resistance against British government and so on and so forth quiz. So think carefully. And do not use any unfair means, and I'm sure it won't help you either if you are using your mobile phones or books or whatever. And for the duration of this quiz, everything written on the slides is correct. And you know, history is a contested field, so I have tried to keep it as popular as possible so that there are no controversies. But let's see what happens. I think all of you are settled. Okay, so mark your sheets please and write down your school names. We'll be beginning soon. Some questions are 2 pointers, so I will mention as we go along, and you will see the stars as well. And in your sheet also mark the stars that will help you decide the tiebreakers. Okay, let's begin with the first question. All the best to everyone. Let's go. Yeah. So the following song, composed by Salil Chaudhary, captures a pre-independent movement where the sharecroppers vehemently opposed to give half of their harvest to landlords and demanded a reduction in the quantity shared as tax. So which movement led by the Communist Party of India is this? I'll play a song. Just give me a second. I think the song will... Okay. Technical glitches. I think we will continue with this question later. So we are moving on to question 2. Okay. Just keep in mind that these people, if you are still not listening to the song, keep in mind that these people demanded a reduction in the quantity shared as tax. So they were giving half before and they demanded a reduction. And from that, give me a movement Okay. Next question for you, and I can give you the song actually. The song is Hey Shamalo Khan by Sholin Chaudhary. If you know the lyrics, that would help, or maybe we will try to figure out the technicalities. But next question. So, while we are familiar with the Bharat Mata painting by Abanindranath Tagore, there were several other imaginations of pre-independent India on the canvas. Which pioneering artist based in Lahore painted Mother India in 1935, depicting a mother with her two children? Here is the painting. Look at the painting carefully. It's not going to help much, but if you know their style, that will help. And this person was from Lahore. Look at the timeline also. Okay, and it's a more empathetic depiction of Mother India. And I can give you another extra hint that this person was a female artist. So if you can zero down a few female artists from Lahore, from North India, it's one of the popular ones, that will help you get the answer. So here is the painting again. I need one artist. Surnames work unless otherwise specified. So if you are writing only the surname, that is fine. Okay, moving to question 3. Yeah. Gaur Mohan Dotto is a Bengali entrepreneur who was inspired by the spirit of Swadeshi movement and wanted to move away from British products. Which now ubiquitous product containing boric acid did he create to promote the cause of self-sufficiency? In other parts of India, it is referred to as Hathi Chap or Hathi Wala. So think about the fact that it is using boric acid and think the general area, how you use boric acid, in what things do you use boric acid, general area. It's a Indian product for something, and from the last line you can figure out that the logo contains an elephant, right? It's called Hathi Chap. So whatever this is, it contains an elephant in the logo. Okay, and it was established around 1929. Boric acid is the most important part here. We use other compounds of boric acid in a particular field related to us, related to our body. So think along those lines. And it's an ubiquitous product, I must say. Like if you are a Bengali, if you are living in Kolkata, it's an ubiquitous product. You will find it in every household almost. Okay? Moving on to question 4. Okay. So this is a star mark question. It has 2 parts. So write accordingly. Urdu poet and scholar Maulana Hasrat Mohani coined this phrase in 1921, and true to its meaning, it has remained a popular slogan for protest till today. So it is a protest slogan. So I need that slogan for you. Look at the fact that it was coined by an Urdu scholar. So think through the language, and it is a popular slogan for protest till today. Okay. Second part, despite its early coinage, it won't become popular until 1929, when 2 individuals used this slogan phrase inside the Central Legislative Assembly in Delhi. And they did not just use this slogan, along with that they did something else as well. So I need these 2 individuals, and for the second part there are no part points. I need 2 names, okay? So if you know one name, the other name is fairly obvious. Look at the fact that they were doing it in Central Legislative Assembly in Delhi, which is the court of Delhi, High Court at that point, kind of, yeah? Yeah, you can write a comma or like, however, just it should be legible, that's all. So 2 phrases, one coined by an Urdu poet, which is still popular and that's true to its meaning as well. And second part, 2 individuals who used this phrase along with doing something in Delhi Legislative Assembly. So who were these people? I need both the names to give you another point 1. Sorry, another 1 point. I'll give some time for this. This is a star mark question, so mark your sheets carefully. Okay, moving to question 5 now. Yeah. So here are 15 names. Dakshayani Veluthayan, Hansa Jivraj Mehta, Amrit Kaur, Amu Swaminathan, Begum Aizaz Rasul, Durgabai Deshmukh, Kamla Chaudhary, Leela Roy, Malati Chaudhary, Purnima Banerjee, Renuka Roy, Sarojini Naidu, Sucheta Kripalani, Vijay Lakshmi Pandit, and Annie Mascarini. These 15 women were part of something that finally came into fruition in 1950. So something came into fruition in 1950 related to Indian freedom, and it has hugely inspired how we India, hugely influenced how we know India today. So think what came into fruition in 1950, and these 15 women were part of something related to that thing. So what? So I don't need Kolkata, I need Victoria Memorial in Kolkata. Okay? So whatever you are giving me, I don't need the broader area, I need something more specific through that. Okay? So think of the fact that these were the only 15 women there were other people who were males. Okay? But they were part of something and it came into fruition in 1950. And it has hugely influenced how we know our country today, how we perceive our country today in various ways. Okay? So 15 women only and a lot of other males. What is this thing? You can give me anything. Whatever you think is correct could be correct. Okay? They were part of something. Now, like I need a quiz in Victoria. Okay? And I don't need Victoria. I need a quiz happening in Victoria. Something like that. Something more specific. Not in the general area. Okay. So moving slowly to question 6. Okay. Not all battles against the British were fought with guns and policies. One such battle in course took place in the lawns of the Mariinsky Palace in Ukraine during a party. I'll show you the palace. Look at the palace very carefully. This is the Mariinsky Palace. If you know Vladimir Zelensky, it's his palace only, Ukrainian president. So some battle in course took place in the lawns of Mariinsky Palace and during a party. And ultimately, it resulted into India winning over not only the British but also the entire globe. And that thing I have done there, I have crossed out world and written globe. That holds a special significance, I think. So if you can think what battle could it be, it's not a, I will give you, it's a fictional battle. It's not real. And it has won over not only the British in that party, but also the entire, not world, but globe. So every word in the question, everything you see in the slide has some significance. So I have specifically used globe and not something else. That is important. So which battle is this? It's in quotes. Okay? And I have told you already, it's a fictional battle. So which fictional battle? And look at the image carefully. Look at the image carefully. If you can place a party happening here in the lawns of this palace, that would help. Try to imagine what kind of battle it could be. It's a huge ground. Okay? So I need the battle that won over the entire globe. Okay, going to the next question. Yeah. Question number 7. This journey began from a certain point in Lansdowne Road, reached Azadi Road and went along the AJC Bose Road on 16th January. I am not giving any timeline here. Thereafter, it took a sharp left turn and followed the Harrison Road to reach Howrah Bridge. Eventually, it arrived at GT Road and sailed smoothly towards its aspired location. We could witness a commemoration of this journey at the Central Avenue crossing. So what journey is being talked about here? So look at the fact that it arrived at GT Road and then it sailed smoothly towards its aspired location. So that holds some significance. And it started from Lansdowne Road. Okay? It happened in January, 16 January, cold winter night. I will give you that. And look at the whole map. This person is going, it's a journey, and there is a commemorative plaque in the Central Avenue crossing if you go there. So which journey? So for this, I need a person, and how do we better know this journey? Okay? How do we better know this journey? And I need a person. I mean, both are obviously connected. So think about the fact that this person was leaving their house in a cold winter night on 16th January. And then they go into GT Road. You can think of GT Road being how GT Road works. Think of the geography of GT Road. Okay, and this person then sails smoothly somewhere. So I need a person, and what journey am I talking about? It's a significant moment in Indian history, and it led to a lot of things later. Going to the next question. This is another star mark question. So Ranajit Guha's book Daya, Compassion, discusses an important event in the early 1800s. Guha claims that it was not only the religious scriptures that were used by someone to debate and convince the doyens of Hinduism, but that person raised an important question, whether his opponent felt some compassion for the unfortunate situation of the little girls. So think about the fact that this, whatever debate is happening in the early 1800s, this person was using religious scriptures to talk about his issue, his cause, but then he is asking another important question to his opponents, who are the doyens of Hinduism, that whether they felt some compassion for the unfortunate situation of the little girls. Okay, so who was this person, and if you have the person, definitely what was the subject of this debate or topic of this debate that was happening. This person, early 1800s, look at that, it is extremely helpful. And look at the fact that this person was debating the doyens of Hinduism at that time. He was asking about whether they felt some compassion for the unfortunate situation of little girls. Okay, so who is this person and what is the issue or topic of this debate? This is a star mark question. I hope you have marked in your sheets, but try to connect all the dots and you will have a person. If you have a person, you will definitely have a cause or the subject of the debate. He was using both religious scriptures and also some compassionate questions about the unfortunate situations of little girls. Okay, moving to question 9. A collection of essays by celebrated female authors like Ismat Chugtai, Sheila Shibli, Manikuntala Sen highlights how the popular writings on partition have excluded their kind while discussing what transpired during journeys across the unoccupied territory between newly divided nations. So what is the 3-word title of this book? Now how to figure this out? So think of an unoccupied territory that was there between the newly divided nation. How would you call that unoccupied territory by 3 words? And then think of the fact that these people were talking about how female experiences, or the experiences of females, women, were not included, right? So if you have the unoccupied territory, a 3-word title, try to modify it a little and you will have your answer. So look at the fact that they were excluding female experience from history, okay? And these female authors were highlighting that this experience has been excluded. So think of this unoccupied territory between newly divided nation by a 3-word term. It's a very famous term we use between any nation actually. It's not just India or partition or anything. And if you have the term, just try to modify it accordingly, thinking about the fact that it was excluding female experiences. Okay, so moving slowly to question 10 again. And I think this is another star mark question. In the painting of the following slide, James P. Fraser depicts a now relocated Holwell monument near Writers Building. I will show you the picture first. So this is the behind thing is Writers Building, and the thing you see here is Holwell monument. Okay, it's not here, not there right now. So which dark chapter of Indian history does it commemorate? Look at the fact that dark is a lateral hint there. You can figure something out from dark. It's dark chapter of Indian history. Okay, so I need a dark chapter that was commemorated by Holwell monument. Second part, this gruesome act was allegedly perpetrated upon whose order? Last in a certain list. So allegedly, because Indian historians have strongly criticized this accusation and shown proof of the impossibility of the event. So something happened which is a dark chapter in Indian history. So whose order was this? And it was a last in a certain list. I mean, whoever this person was, they were last in a certain list. So if you can figure out what list it can be, that will give you the answer. And think about the fact that it's a dark chapter. I'm highlighting or stressing on the word dark because it has some relevance. It's italicized also. So think through that word maybe. Holwell Monument, what does it commemorate? What dark chapter? And it's a star mark question again. Please mark your sheet carefully. Okay. Going to question 11 now. This is the picture again. No, the spelling is fine as long as it's phonetically correct. It's fine. This is Holwell Monument. It's not here right now. I think it's now in St. John's Church Garden or somewhere. Okay, moving to the next question, question 11. Nagendra Prasad Sarvadhikari was not only the father of Indian football, but he was also involved in the freedom movement. In his early life, he joined a wrestling akhada after watching a regular there. The same person later went on to inspire Nagendra to play football. So who advised Nagendra to take up football as he thought it was better than bookish knowledge? So this person believed that playing football is better than having bookish knowledge, and he has advised Nagendra, who belonged to the same akhada, to take up football, and that's how Nagendra Prasad Sarvadhikari became the father of Indian football. So I need a name of a person. Think of the fact that this person believed that playing football is better than bookish knowledge. So who is this person who advised Nagendra to take up football? And they met in a same akhada. Okay, going to question 12. Okay, so here are a few images, caricatures you can see. So attendees of which historical event from 1930-31 is being illustrated here by political cartoonist Alois Derso and Emery Kellen. So I need an event, no need to be specific, just give me the event, overall broad event, and identify the person marked in the arrow. I have a bigger picture. So this person marked in the arrow, you have to identify that person. Look at the hairstyle carefully, it's very significant. And also I can give you a hint, this person was Bengali, and they were called the Nightingale of India. That's a giveaway, I think. So who was this person? Sorry? Yeah. And I need a historical event from 1930 to 31 that is being illustrated here. Here are some of the attendees of that event, some of the Indian attendees of that event who are being caricatured. You can definitely figure out Gandhi from there, B.R. Ambedkar here. Okay, that is Maharaja of Bikaner. So who was that person marked? Look at the hairstyle and the fact that they were from Bengal, they were called the Nightingale of India. So who was this? And two parts again, and it's a star mark question. Take guesses, keep writing because there are no negative markings. Whatever you think, just write. Okay, going to question 13. Yeah. The following graphic novel was drawn by Durgabai Vyam and Subhash Vyam to depict a man's struggle to eradicate untouchability. The title of this graphic novel modifies the title of an Indian epic with the name of the subject. So I will show you an image. This is the graphic novel, cover of the graphic novel. Look at the image carefully. That person is being depicted. Okay. Now, think of an Indian epic and try to modify the name of that epic with the subject of this graphic novel. You will have a fairly simple answer, one word answer. If you have the epic and if you have got the subject, try to modify it with the subject's first name or a part of the first name maybe. I will give you that. I will go to the image. I think that image is more helpful. Look at the image carefully. And this person was trying to eradicate untouchability also. So who could this person be? And if you have the person, try to modify the name of an Indian epic with the first few letters of this person's name. So it will be an apt answer. When you listen to it, it will feel like it's an apt answer. So you just need to do a little bit of modification. You need to remove a few letters and you need to add some letters from this person's name. Okay? So I just need the name of that graphic novel. And also don't forget the fact that this person was struggling to eradicate untouchability. Okay, going to question 14 now. So the video is not playing apparently right now, but you can figure some things out from this question. So the play, I was showing here a play. So that play is called Satya Sodhakachi Jalsa. ठीक है? So that is a kind of language, a different language. So if you can figure out what language is this, it's called Satya Sodhakachi Jalsa. Okay? So, and meaning truth-seeking review. It's a play on something. Meaning Satya Sodhak means truth seekers. So if you know which people from India were associated with this Satya Sodhak thing, then you can maybe figure out who were the subjects of this play. So this play is basically a play on their lives. Okay? And I will give you another thing, that these people, like the subjects, were a couple. So think of an Indian power couple who were there and did a lot of things for Indian independence. And if you can figure out the language, Satya Sodhakachi Jalsa, then that will also help. And in the video, you would also see a lot of people wearing white pagdis and dhotis and kurtas. Okay, so that will give you the general geography and language. So pagdi, think of pagdi. Where do they wear pagdi? And don't go for the first guess. Think about the fact that they were wearing kurta also and dhoti also. And it is a jalsa in a different language, which means review or show, play, something like that. Okay? So if you can figure out which language is this and what is Satya Sodhak, these people were associated with something Satya Sodhak, and these were a couple. So I need an Indian power couple who were fighting for Indian independence, did a lot of things. So basically in the play there is a song which says that these people eradicated when there was winds of inequality in the country, there were caste violence in the country. These people were eradicating all these things and they made some schools and etc. Yeah, I need both their names. If you give me one name, you will get 0.5 because it's a one-part question. So because they are a couple, I need both their names. If you have one part, you will definitely have the other part. Okay? So think of the fact that they were wearing pagdis and all these other things. They were doing things for caste violence, against caste violence. They were bringing in equality and everything. So that was the song basically, that what I wanted to show. But let's see. I'll go to the next question. Yeah. Question 15. It is another star mark question. Dinabandhu Mitro's Nil Dortmund is set against the backdrop of a social agitation by indigo farmers of Bengal in the late 1850s. While the play came out in Bengali, it was later translated into English by which prolific poet? This poet, went to England to write poetry in English, but returned to India later due to his love for Bengali. So, an extra bit of funda, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar helped this particular poet to return to India because he had no money. Okay, he was broke. So which poet is this? And the name of the poet. Second part, the translation was done at the behest of a priest of the Anglican Church who also wrote the foreword of the book. However, there were consequences of his actions as furious plantation owners took the priest to court for libel. Who is this priest? Fittingly lending his name to a lengthy thoroughfare in the south of Kolkata. Not South Kolkata, but south of Kolkata. And think of the fact that it's a priest. So think of certain titles you would associate with a priest. And he fittingly lent his name to a lengthy thoroughfare. The road is lengthy, but this person is giving his name to a lengthy thoroughfare, that somehow becomes apt also. So try to think of it laterally. Who could this priest be of the Anglican Church who wrote the foreword of this book, faced libel for treason against the government and so on and so forth? So And in the south of Kolkata, this priest lends his name to a lengthy thoroughfare. I am stressing on the word lengthy again and again. And the fact that he was a priest, that will give you some titles you might associate with them. So, who was this person and who was that poet? 2 parts needed, and it's a star mark question. It's the last question. I will repeat and circle back soon. So, I think there were 2 video questions which did not play. I have tried to explain my best. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so going back to question 14 now. So this is Satya Sodha Kachi Jalsa and all that. So you have to give me an Indian couple who were there doing a lot of social reforming and everything. Okay. This is, I need the name of this graphic novel, which is a modification on an Indian epic. This is question 13. Okay. This is question 12, again a star mark question. I need a historical event and this particular lady. Yeah. Yeah, it's an Indian person. I mean, these, all of them are Indian, except for that person. But yeah. That's Ramsay MacDonald. So he's not Indian, but everyone else is an Indian. And I have told you, this person is known as the Nightingale of India, so definitely Indian, right? I'll go back, yes. This is question number 12. I need an historical event, and these were the attendees of that event. Okay? And give me a broader event. You don't need to specify anything about the event. I just need Victoria Memorial quiz. You don't need to specify Azadi quiz. Okay? It can be any quiz. Okay. Question 11. Nagendra Prasad Sarvadikari. Who advised Nagendra to take up football? Which also was fitting to his own principle of playing football rather than doing something with bookish knowledge and everything. Okay, so which person was this? Question 10. This Holwell Monument. So which dark chapter of Indian history does it commemorate? Yeah. No, you can write it in Bangla, Hindi. I understand 3 languages. You can write it in any language, okay? It should be legible, like I should be able to read it. Yeah. So, dark chapter of Indian history, and who's ordered, and this person, whoever this was last in a certain list. I'm not giving you what list this is, but last in a certain list. This person was accused by the British that you committed some horrible crimes. Okay, but later Indian historians shown proof otherwise. So yeah, I need a person and a dark chapter. This is question 10. Going to question 9. Collection of essays. So I need the book. And how do you get the book? It's an unoccupied territory. And think of the fact that partition histories were not very inclusive of women histories, women experiences. So what can be the 3-word title? You need to make a slight modification to the 3-word phrase that refers to an unoccupied territory between newly divided nations. Okay, going to question 8. So I need a person and a subject. This person was asking a very important question. If the doyens of Hinduism felt some compassion, doya, for the unfortunate situation of the little girls. So, person and the subject. Question 7. I'm looking for a journey that happened on a cold winter night on 16 January. And this is the route of their journey. So, which journey is this? Extremely significant for Indian history, Indian colonial history, colonial movement, and so on. And the person is, of course, very familiar to all of us. Okay. So, I need a battle in quotes that took place in the lawn of this palace. It's a palace in Ukraine. You might have seen this palace somewhere, and this battle won not only over the British but also over the entire globe. That particular word has some significance, which is why I have used it, and I have told you already it's a fictional battle. Okay? So think this battle was taking place during a party. Okay. Going to question 5. So these are 15 women and they were part of something that came into fruition in 1950. So what were they a part of? And just need that. Be a little specific if you can. As I have told you already that these were the only 15 women. There were other many people. We were all male and we remember them mostly and not these people. Okay, going back to question 4. Looking for a phrase coined by an Urdu poet. So what can be this phrase which is a popular slogan till date? And these two individuals use this phrase along doing something in the Central Legislative Assembly. So I need these two individuals. I don't need whatever they have done, but I just need the names of these individuals. And they used this phrase while doing it. Okay? This is a star mark question. Question 4. Going to question 3. Gaur Mohan Datto, Swadeshi movement, made something that is ubiquitous to Bengali. And it has a logo that involves an elephant. I am pretty sure all of you have seen it. What it can be. As easy as that. I just need a name. So here is an artist, female artist from Lahore. Okay, who painted this particular version of Mother India according to her own imagination. So, which artist is this? If you can give me the surname, that is also fine. She's an extremely popular artist. If you go to Delhi's NGMA gallery, there is a huge collection of her works. And this particular art style is also very helpful. It randomly pops up on the internet for no reason. Different kinds of this painting of art paintings. So who was this artist? She was from Lahore and she was not born in India but later came to India, learned a lot of Indian art and so on. She was a pioneering female figure in Indian art movement, art history. Okay, question 1. This is the song. Basically you don't need the song. The song is Hey Shamalo Dhan by Sholil Chaudhary, which is talking about just we won't give our crops unless you fulfill our demands. The song's meaning is basically that. But the thing is, look at the fact that these sharecroppers vehemently opposed the fact that they were giving half before, but they don't want to give half of their share. So they wanted a reduction. So what could result from that? So they were giving half and they wanted a reduction. So what could result from that led to the name of the movement? Okay, so that's all. I'll give you 1 minute to wrap up. And if you need to have any clarifications, queries, or if you want to see any particular question, I can show you that. So you have 1 minute to wrap up and then I will ask you to submit the sheets. Question number 3, okay. Question number... This is question 2. Question 3, Gaur Mohan Datto. Question 4, phrase and people. What? Which fictional battle? Which journey? Person and subject of the debate. Yeah, 3-word title of a book. Dark chapter of Indian history. Advised by someone. Attendees of an event. Graphic novel name. Yeah, this is the play. So I need a couple here. And the final question. 2 people required. The second person names a lengthy thoroughfare, and the fact that this person is lending his name to a lengthy thoroughfare in the south of Kolkata, that is extremely helpful to figure out the name of this person. Okay, that's all. And I will request you to submit your sheets to whoever is collecting. I can collect as well. Hello? Yeah. So before we announce the results, let's look at the answer and you can shout out maybe if you have got anything. I am pretty sure that many people have got a lot of things. Let's see. Who is the first question? Anyone?
Non-cooperation movement.
Yeah?
Non-cooperation.
Non-cooperation?
Land reform.
No. So they were giving half.
Water tax.
They now they want it to be 1/3. So it's called Te Bhaga movement, which is Te Bhaga means 1/3. Okay, so that's what I needed. Second question. This one, anyone? Okay, so this is a famous artist called Amrita Shergill from Lahore. Okay. Moving to, sorry, this is Borrowing. I'm pretty sure everyone, most of them has got it. No? Okay, that's maybe sad. You need some Borrowing in your life. Okay, Shurobito antiseptic cream. Okay, question 4. It's Inquilabad and Bhagat Singh Batukeshwar Dutt who bombed in the Central Legislative Assembly while they were shouting Inquilab Zindabad. Yeah, if you are giving me one part, then you will give 1 point. Then point. Huh? 1 point for 1 part. If you give me one name, then 0.5 for the. So yeah, that I will calculate fairly. Don't worry. Okay, this, anything? Anyone? No? Drafting of the constitution is what I am looking for. They were part of the constitution drafting committee headed by Rajendra Prasad and B.R. Ambedkar and so on. But we don't usually recall their names. I hope next time you will. Next question. Yeah, so this battle, anyone? Let's look at the answer. This is indeed Natu, the dance battle. I told you it's a fictional battle. I'll think about it. If you have mentioned the film, I will think about it. Okay, anyone about this journey? That is correct. Netaji's Great Escape. So, Great Escape, if you have Great Escape, Netaji, that is fine. I wanted the person as well because whose Great Escape? Is it mine? No, not really. Okay. No, the song name was asked, the battle Natu Natu was asked. But what dance battle? Are we fighting in a dance battle? No, right? So you need to specify something about the dance battle. Okay, this one, anyone? And that is absolutely correct. This is Raja Ram Mohan Rai and Satyagraha Pratha, which he stopped with the help of Lord Bentinck. Okay, next, this. No woman's land is correct from no man's land. An unoccupied territory between countries is called no man's land. Now they were excluding female experiences, so this is no woman's land. Okay? Next, Dark Chapel. Andhapubhatta is correct. Black Hole of Calcutta is correct, and Nawab Sirajuddaulah is absolutely correct. Black Hole of Calcutta or Andhapubhatta, I will give points for that. And this is Nawab Sirajuddaulah. So if you are giving me one part, you will get point accordingly. Don't worry about points. I'm very generous with that. So this person, Swami Vivekananda is correct, not Noresh, Narendranath Dotto. Swami Vivekananda is absolutely fine. I'm not for Noresh too. That's fine. Okay, Swami Vivekananda, who said famously, "Je Gita Pathet bol khala apekshakrito bhalo." Okay. Next, second roundtable conference. If you have roundtable conference, which is basically this, and Sarojini Naidu, of course, Nightingale of India. See, this is exactly how the roundtable conference looked like, and Sarojini Naidu. That's fine. I'll check. Roundtable, as long as roundtable is there, I will give points. Okay. This graphic novel. Not Mahabhim, but there is another famous epic. So, what it can be? Bhimayana is correct. Bhimayana is what I was looking for. So, not Mahabharata, Mahabhim or something like that. This was Bhimayana. Bhimayana is what I needed. Okay, sorry. So, these were the couples, Jyotiba Phule and Savitribai Phule. Okay. And, okay, sorry. Yeah, this. Prolific poet. Michael Madhusudan Dutta is correct. And the second part? Reverend James Long is absolutely correct because he's lending his name to a lengthy thoroughfare. So James Long. And thanks for playing the prelims. Let's look at the scores, which we will announce shortly who are the finalists. I hope you like it. There are 6 teams, I think, who will go to the finals. Hello, yeah. So we had a bit of difficulty here, and so losing out on 8.5, losing out on 8 on 2 stars though, St. Lawrence High School, and I will tell you why. Because you have written battle shown in RRR movie, but in RRR movie there were a lot of battles. So the teams who have written dance battle in RRR, I have given them half. But battle shown in RRR movie is nothing specific about that, right? And I needed that particular dance battle. So whoever has written Natu Natu, they have got points. Whoever has written dance battle in RRR, they have got half. But battle shown in RRR, not really. So losing out on 8. That's an honorable mention, St. Lawrence High School. I'm really sorry I have to do this hard task. Now for the finalist, Shak.
The teams that are proceeding to the finals, as we had announced in our invitation, there will be 6 teams proceeding to the final stage. At 14 points, coming at the first position is of the preliminary round is Mahadevi Birla World Academy. At 11.5 points, coming in the second position for the preliminary round is South Point High School. With the blessings of Nourish. Then following closely at 10.5 points is Shishik Shaitan School. And this was the real difficulty because there was a tie between the next 4 schools. So the tie is usually, so I'm announcing them. At 8.5 points, the next 4 schools were tied. And so how the tie was broken is basically on the basis of star questions. So the number of star questions that you have correctly answered, so you had star marked. And I think that would be also followed in the final. No, final, so you don't have to answer. Right, so at 8.5 points, we have DPS Ruby Park. At again 8.5 points and 2 stars, we have Indus Valley World School. And last but definitely not the least, again at 8.5 points, we have Modern High School for Girls. So these are the schools proceeding to the finals. We'll take about 2 to 3 minutes to just organize the scoreboard and all. Those schools which are not proceeding to the finals, would you please kindly just sort of move your chairs a little to the back and we can really organize the table. I request you to wait for a few minutes so your certificates and everything can be arranged. Thank you so much.
I will start the finals. Let us have a brief introductory session with everyone. So I'll come to you, tell us your name, class and school. Okay, so I'll begin from Indus Valley School.
My name is Srinjay Chatterjee. I study in 10, class 10.
I'm Yashwadan Singh from class 10. I'm Kumadesh Ghosh from class 11.
Good afternoon everyone, I'm Sharna Sharkar from class 11, Sri Shikshatam.
I'm Prakriti Adhikari of class 11, Sri Shikshatam School.
I'm Anushka Shah of class 12.
I'm Diptanshu Roy Chaudhary from class 9, Mahadevi Birla World Academy.
I'm Pumita Sani of class 11.
I'm Atmajyoti Basu of class 9.
I am Aditya Halder of class 11.
I am Shorindri Banerjee of class 11, Delhi Public School.
I'm Sanali Nandi of class 9.
I'm Ashmita Bhome from class 10.
আমিও তো এক সাইডে দাঁড়িয়ে আছি
I'm Rajaka Banerjee from class 9.
I'm Tanesh Patel from class 10.
I'm Devojit Pal from class 10, Southport High School.
I'm Shoreto Mukherjee from class 10.
I'm Samrita Bose from class 10.
So let's see what happens, what awaits in the finals. So I'm not sure how difficult it was. I mean, is the prelims easy or difficult, moderate, Naramponthi, Charamponthi, average? Okay. Let's see. Finals are going to be very Charamponthi. Okay. Nothing moderate here. Everything extremist. Okay. So let's see what happens. So here is the deal for finals. There is a clockwise round, there's a who am I round, there's a written round, and there's an anti-clockwise round. 4 rounds, 6 questions in each round. And okay, so we will begin with Indus Valley, then Sri Shikshayatan, Mahadevi Birla, and just a second, DPS, Modern High, South Point. Okay, so let's see. For the clockwise round, first round we have 6 questions, plus 10 on directs, no negative markings, 10 on bonus as well. If you are bouncing, plus 10. If you give a wrong on bounce, minus 5 negative, infinite bounce and pounce. So I'm just going to explain. I think everyone here knows what pounce is. So do you know what bounce is? So yeah, so whichever team answers, the next question goes to the next team. And everyone will get 10 for a direct. There is no negative marking unless you are bouncing. And if you are bouncing, you have to give me both the parts. There is no part bounce going on here, okay? So both parts for bounce, minus 5 plus 10, and whatever I say is true. Okay, let us begin with the first question. It will be a direct for Indus Valley. Okay. So revolutionary Hemchandra Kanungo went to Paris in 1907 and learned about the usage of picric acid from the exiled Russian revolutionaries there. Upon returning to India, he used that knowledge to prepare something that was put to use by 2 young revolutionaries of Anushilan Samiti in April 1907. So what did Hemchandra make using a Cadbury cocoa tin? Okay, for the first part. For the second part, who used it? The 2 young revolutionaries. I need both the names. Albeit incorrectly, for their mission in present-day Bihar. And just a brief disclaimer, whenever I am using India, you know that there was no India before this, before independence. So think of in a general term, right? India means the whole Indian subcontinent with Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, everything. And so this was happening in present-day Bihar, which was then part of the larger Bengal, Shube Bangla, whatever. Okay? So what did Hemchandra make using a Cadbury cocoa tin? He knew the usage of picric acid from Paris, and whatever he made was used by 2 young revolutionaries from Anushilan Samiti, though their usage was somewhat wrong, incorrect, something like that. Yeah, you have to write and raise hand both. Okay, so if you are bouncing, raise your hands, I'll give enough time. So if you are bouncing, please write down your answer and raise your hand. For the bounce, I need everything. And for direct, part points will be going. Another thing, chimping is allowed. So what is chimping? So if team A gives a part, okay, I'm not going to say if that's correct or wrong. So team B gives another part. I'm not going to say if that's correct or wrong. Now team C combines these 2 parts, and if they get the full thing, then they will get plus 10 and you will get 5 and 5 if your parts are correct. So that is chimping. So listen to what other teams are saying as well. That is important. That is, you have to pay attention to what every team is saying, and you can maybe get a few extra bonus points if you are lucky. So 2 things. What did Hemchandra make? I need a generic answer for this. And who used it? I need 2 names for here. 2 young revolutionaries from Anushilan Samiti. And whatever they did incorrectly was in present day Bihar. So I'm closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, taking pounds from South Point. Okay. I have seen their pounces, so this will be a direct for Indus Valley.
They created some sort of an explosive using the tin, like a bomb, and the users were Bhagat Singh and Patukeshwar Datta.
Okay, I'm going to pass to Sri Shikshayatan.
Explosive, and the person was Master Dishrutrishi.
Okay, passing to Mahadevi Birla.
Explosive, and it was Khudiram Boshu.
Okay, passing to DPS Rupipa.
It was a bomb explosive and it was Khudiram Bose.
Okay.
It was an explosive and the young revolutionaries are Khudiram Bose and Prafulla Chaki.
And that's where we close the whole thing. So Modern High gets 10 points for giving me the whole answer. This were indeed Khudiram Bose and Prafulla Chaki. Let's look at the answers first. Wait. Where is the remote? Okay. So let's look at the answers first. So this was a bomb or explosive, whatever. So Indus Valley gets 5 for saying an explosive bomb something. Can't give points for Khudiram because it was a part thing with Profullo Chaki. So Modern High gets 10. And on Pound, South Point gives a brilliant crack. They also get 10. Okay. So going to the next question. This will be a direct for South Point because Modern High answered the last one. Okay. I'm going to come to this side. Yeah. Okay. In 1916, when this person landed in the USA, a local newspaper published Mysterious Alien Reaches America, Famous Brahmin Revolutionary or a Dangerous German Spy. So this resulted in him taking up a new name by which we all know that person. So identify the person by the pseudonym, that the popular name basically. How do we know him? Okay. Second part, he later went to Mexico and was instrumental in the establishment of something. What did he help to establish in Mexico in 1999? And the same thing, but of an Indian version, he has helped to establish in 1925 in India. So, I need the person and what did he help to establish? For the second part, give me a broader answer. So, first one was, let's say, Mexico version. Second one was the Indian version. Okay, so what is this thing that he was instrumental in establishing in Mexico and also in India? And who was this person who they called a famous Brahmin revolutionary or a dangerous German spy? Okay, so I need the person by which we all know him and what did he help to establish. So any team pouncing? 2 parts. If you are pouncing, I need 2 parts. Okay, no teams are pouncing. Okay, you are pouncing. I'll close pounce in 5. Please write down your answer. I'll close pounce in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this will be a direct for South Point, so be ready. Okay, I have seen an answer from DPS Ruby part. South Point, it's your direct.
Swami Vivekananda.
Anything for the second part? Nothing.
Narendranath Datta and Swami Vivekananda.
Good. Anything for the second part?
The Balloon Knot.
Okay.
Narendranath Datta and Communist Party of Mexico.
Okay. Modern High.
Swami Vivekananda and Ramakrishna Mission.
It was your direct. So let's look at the answers. This is not Swami Vivekananda, but this is someone called Manobendranath Roy or M.N. Roy, and he was instrumental in establishing the Communist Party of Mexico as well as in India. So I needed both the parts. So I think Communist Party was first said by Mahadevi Birla, so they get 5 points for saying Communist Party of Mexico. And on pounds, DPS Rubipal gets a brilliant plus 10 here. A great round of applause for them. They got both the parts. That's really commendable. Okay, so the next direct will be for DPS Rubipal because they got half. Okay, next question. Acha. Mirza Ghalib had written many poems on Delhi. In one of his mid-19th century poems, Ghalib laments about an incident in Delhi. दिल्ली ना रही छावनी है ना किला ना शहर ना बाजार ना नहर किस्सा मुक्तासर शहर शहरा हो गया. So just to give you a translation, Delhi is not there anymore, shadows are looming around. Na kila, no fortress. Na shahar, there is no city anymore. Na bazar, no market. Na nahar means no dawn or no eyes, something like that, like talking about the beauty. Kissa Muktasar, the story of Delhi has stopped. Muktasar means stopping. And Sahar, Shahra ho gaya. Sahra means like, not proliferating or not being very vital. So dead almost. So what is the context of this poem, poem, a decisive moment in colonial history. So I need the context of this, and if you're giving me the context, make sure you give me an year as well. And this is not any random year, of course, I won't ask for any random year. So I mean, if you are not giving me the year, I need something more specific then. But year is helpful. So look at the timeline. It's a mid 19th century poem. Okay, and this is the summary of the poem. So this will be a direct for I think, yeah, DPS Ruby part, and I will are you bouncing? Yeah. So I will. Anyone else bouncing? 5, 4. Okay, 2 teams are bouncing. Srishik Sharatan and South Point. 3 teams are bouncing. I'm gonna close the bounce now. No more bounces. So please write down your answer. I'm gonna check. Okay. Okay. So I got answers from South Point, Indus Valley, and Sri Shikshayatan. Let's go to DPS Rubibar.
Is the revolt of 1857.
Okay, would you like to include your answer?
It's the Sepoy Mutiny of 1857.
Modern High.
It's a revolt of 1857 and the end of Mughal Empire.
Okay, I think I'll give it to them because I was looking for Bahadur Shah Zafar's arrest or basically siege of Delhi 1857 that happened. This was not the Sepoy Mutiny, but this is how British quenched or stopped the Sepoy Mutiny. They arrested Bahadur Shah Zafar and exiled him. So on pounds, so on plus on direct, Modern High gets a plus 10 and South Point gets a plus 10 on pounds, and unfortunately Indus Valley and Sri Shikshayatan gets a minus 5. So Sri Shikshayatan and Indus Valley gets a minus 5. Okay, I did not need Sepoy Mutiny, but this was after Sepoy Mutiny. Okay, the siege of Delhi. Okay. I'm not looking at there, so please keep a track. Okay. Next question, I think that will be for South Point again. Question 4. In 1897, Marathi language magazine Keshari published fiery articles with a quote from Gita claiming that no blame could be attached to anyone who killed an oppressor without any thought of reward. This article prompted a group of siblings to kill British Plague Commissioner of Pune, W.C. Rand, leading to the arrest of the writer of the article. So who wrote the article and identify this group of siblings? So the fact that this was a Marathi language magazine, it was called Kesari, look at the timeline also, that will give you the writer of this article who was arrested. And for the group of siblings, you have to know a little bit of history of Maharashtra. There was a famous group of siblings. So who were they? And there were 3 siblings apparently, and all of them were involved in the assassination. And also Mahadev Govind Ranade was involved. They were helping. But these group of siblings, so if you are giving me, I need something like Tagore siblings, something like that. Okay? This group of siblings, and who wrote the article? Look at the timeline, look at the language, and the fact that this magazine was called Kesari. Okay? So 2 parts here. Who wrote the article? And this group of siblings. So this will be a direct for South Point. Any teams bouncing? Closing bounce in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Direct to South Point.
Sir, it's Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Siblings.
The Bal Gangadhar Tilak and
Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Gaikwad brothers.
Bal Gangadhar Tilak and the Savarkar siblings.
Not the Savarkar siblings. So South Point gets +5 for definitely Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Who else? Let's look at the answer. So these were someone called Chapekar brothers. A little bit of obscure history, but they are very famous in Maharashtra. Okay, so Chapekar brothers is what I needed. There were 3 people. Okay. And okay, so moving to our next question. So it will be a direct for Indus Valley. Question 5. The following statue standing right in the garden of Victoria Memorial. I'll show you an image. Yeah, so the following statue, I'll show you the image first. So this is the statue, okay? It's in the gardens. Of which British soldier? This person also names a ghat in Kolkata and was played by Sir Richard Attenborough in Satranj Ki Khiladi by Satyajit Ray. So I need a British soldier here. The statue you can see in the next slide. Again, the statue. Look at the statue carefully, whatever he is doing. So the second part, in the post-independent era, Chittaranjan Das ordered to erect statues of Indian freedom fighters in different parts of Kolkata. This particular statue that you see in the next slide became an inspiration for what? Sculpted by someone called Nagesh Yoglekar. So when you are giving me the what, you have to mention where it is. You have to specify some other details also, not just what statue is this, but where it is also. Because a statue can be anywhere, right? So you have to specify certain other things. Look at the image. This particular image has inspired something else that was sculpted by Yoglekar. So 2 parts, if you are pouncing, British soldier also names a ghat in Kolkata which is very near from Victoria Memorial, and it was played by Sir Richard Attenborough. And I need what did it inspire in post-independence era. So closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, and if you are giving me the second part, I ask you again, I need something more than what statue is this. This is something specific. Okay, so closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, only South Point is pouncing. Okay, I have seen their pounds, so this will be a direct for Indus Valley.
The ghat is Prinsep Ghat. I don't know.
Okay.
Ghat is James Prinsep Ghat.
first is Outrun and we don't know the second one.
The statue is of the ghat is James Prinsep Ghat, and the statue is Subhash Chandra Bose's statue in Shambhajar Red Moor.
The ghat is Prinsep Ghat and Rani.
Let's look at the answer. I have had all the correct answers, but not all of them together. So this is not Prinsep Ghat, unfortunately, but Outrun Ghat indeed. Mahadevi Beda gets +5 for saying Outrun Ghat. And the statue is of course Shambhajar More, Shambhajar Panchmathar More Netaji statue. The Netaji statue on Shambhajar Panchmathar More. So for that, DPS Ruby Park gets +5. And on pound, South Point unfortunately gets a negative. They wrote James Prinsep. So South Point is negative -5. But both parts, right? South Point -5. So I think there is one more question, and after that we'll have a look at the scores. Okay. So final question for round 1, and this will be a direct for yes. Which school? Yeah, Modern Eye. Okay, question 6. Yoginte Pustakam is a Malayalam film set in just before independence. One of the characters named Aloshi runs away from his house to Cochin and joins the freedom movement in the film. After Aloshi is arrested, the British try to court-martial him, but fortunately he manages to flee. So which movement was Aloshi a part of? There are enough hints. Look at the fact that he was running away from his house and going to Cochin, and the British is doing court-martial. So court-martial is not for everyone, right? And this film is set just before independence. So you have a timeline, you have a geography, and you have something more. Okay? So which movement was Aloshi a part of? Second part, now it comes to real life. Due to her vocal support, I mean the movement is of course real, but the Aloshi is a fictional character of course. So now due to her vocal support in the aforementioned movement, who faced severe criticism from Gandhi, she later left Congress, Socialist Party in 1948, and she is at times called the Grand Old Lady of Indian Independence. So who is this Grand Old Lady of Indian Independence who gave her vocal support for the movement, and which movement is this? So how to figure out the movement? Again, you have the geography, you have a timeline, and you have something more, that the British tried to court-martial him. Then court-martials are for some special people. Not everyone gets a court-martial, right? So try to figure out which movement this can be. Also the fact it's a Malayalam film, that might help. Okay? And for the second part, who faced criticism from Gandhi, she was known as the Grand Old Lady of Indian Independence. She has a road named after her in Delhi, Janpat, near Janpat, India Gate and all that. Okay, so I need two parts here. Okay, bouncing, write down the answers, keep your hands raised. So, I will close pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, closing pounds, 1, pounds is closed. This will be a direct, modern life. Okay. So I've seen pounds from India's Valley, and this is a direct for modern life.
Okay, the first part, we're guessing Hindu nationalists, but we couldn't get the second part.
Okay. So passing to third part.
Movement related to the language.
Language, okay, and second part. Okay. Mahadevi Birla.
Sipai Mutiny and Preeti Lata Vadedar.
Okay.
The Quit India movement and Annie Besant.
Okay. So I had a lot of answers. So, which movement started from Cochin? Which people are usually court-martialed? If you are in army, you are usually court-martialed. So, which movement that started before independence and it started from Cochin and later it came to Kolkata as well? Sorry. This is dramatic pause. Royal Indian Naval Mutiny and not Quit India movement, because court-martial and everything, army is usually court-martialed. He went and joined the Indian Navy, and in Kochi he started this movement, then he fled and everything. And this is Aruna Asaf Ali, who Quit India movement because it was Gandhi's movement, right? So why would Gandhi criticize her? So Gandhi criticized the naval mutiny as well, so which is why she later left Congress. So, and that's how we come to an end of the first round. Let's look at the scores. So in this value we'll get -5. No. So pounds I need both parts correct, right? So okay, let's look at the scores. Shomutro.
Okay, so Indus Valley gets -5, Sri Shikshartan -5, Mahadevi Birla gets 10, DPS gets 15, MHS 20, and again South Point High School 20.
Okay, not a bad start. Okay, we will go to the second round. So let's move on to the next round, which is who am I round. A little cryptic rules. So one direct question to each team. 3 clues per question. Okay. No passing. So 23, 15 and 8 on being correct on each clue. If you get it on first, you get 23, which is like today's date. I just wanted to get a little tacky. But yeah, no negatives on direct. You can guess only once, or you can ask to move to the next clue or anything. Other teams can only pounce on the first 2 clues. There is no pounce on the last clue. So, and if you are pouncing, if you are correct, you will get 23 or 15. If you are incorrect, you will get minus 11.5 and minus 7.5. Sorry. Okay. So, first direct question, I think as we have no pounds, we will go clockwise again. Every team will get 1 question. Okay, first, and as you all know, the clues will be increasingly easier. Okay. Question 1A, first clue. I was born in a Tamram family, Tamilian Brahmin family. In 1914, I was the sister of Mrinalini Sarabhai, who was the famous wife of Vikram Sarabhai for rocket project and whatever. I have a medical degree, and in 1940, I traveled to Singapore. Everything you see is kind of important. This person is from a Tamilian Brahmin family, had a medical degree, and in 1940 they traveled to Singapore. And you can definitely get it's a woman, right? So, this is your first clue. If you want, you can move forward to the next clue, or other teams want to pounce, they can pounce on this clue if they have the answer. You get plus 23 minus 11.5. Anyone bouncing? No? Next clue, are you answering? Next clue, okay, let's see. I was arrested in 1945 in Burma by the British police. After independence, I formed the All India Democratic Women's Association and did rescue work during the Bhopal gas tragedy. So think of the fact that this person is arrested in 1955 in Burma. So if you know what was happening in that particular geography, and if you can connect that with a woman who was kind of significant in Indian revolutionary freedom struggle, freedom movement, then you might get a name. Okay? Do you want to? Okay, any team want to pounce? Okay, no teams bouncing. In the next clue you cannot bounce. Okay, it's there direct only. Let's see, and I think it will be a pretty giveaway. I led the women's regiment of the INA named Rani of Jhansi Regiment. So now you cannot bounce, unfortunately. So who is this?
Rani Lakshmibai.
Okay, Rani Lakshmibai. Unfortunately, the wrong Lakshmi we have here. Please shout out the answer. This is indeed Lakshmi Shehgal and not Rani Lakshmibai. I mean, she was long ago. She is also long ago. Okay. So this next question will be for no points to Indus Valley. Next question for Sri Shiksha. 2A. I was instrumental in the formation of Bihari Student Conference in 1906 that played an important role during the Champaran Satyagraha. and produced, sorry, there's a typo, and produced leaders like Anugrah Narayan Sinha, who later joined in the freedom movement in full capacity, and they had a lot of contributions from Bihar. So look at the fact that this person was from Bihar, of course, and they were active during the Champaran Satyagraha. Okay, so who this person can be? I'm pretty sure all the names are familiar to everyone. It's just that we don't know these little tidbits. Okay, next clue? Any team wants to pounce? No? Okay. Next clue. To be, I have completed a degree in law from University of Calcutta, but left my career as a lawyer to join the non-cooperation movement. After Subhash Chandra Bose left Congress in 1939, I was made the president of INC, Indian National Congress. So who could this person be? So I think South Point is pouncing. Any team wants to pounce? Unfortunately, you cannot. Good. Okay, so do you guys want to answer? Oh, sorry, yeah. Do you guys want to? You want to answer on this, right? Okay, wait. I'll check their pounds and we'll come to you. Okay, I have seen an answer from South Point. So if you are correct, you will get plus 15. And if you are correct, you will also get plus 15. Okay, Chittaranjan Dash. So you can take only one guess. Let's look at the next clue. Pounds is close. So any team wants to guess from here? Okay, let's see. Sorry. After independence, I was the only person to be elected twice as the president of India for full tenure. Chittaranjan Das was not the president, but no, negative to you. So who could this be? Anyone? Yeah, say it out loud. Rajendra Prasad is correct, who was the first president of India. But you should have answered. So South Point gets plus 15 and else gets anything. Okay. So next will be for Mahadevi Birla. 3A. I belong to a Parsi family and I was influenced by the suffragette movement, which is the women's revolution that happened for voting of women in Europe. I have spent a significant portion of my life in Paris and published a magazine called Talwar against the British Raj. So the most important part here is that this person belonged from a Parsi family and spent a significant amount of their life in Paris. Okay, so anything? No one is bouncing. So next clue? Yes, sir. Next clue. Inspired by Hemchandra Kanungo's design of the Calcutta flag, I created the first flag for an independent India. Then thought to be independent India. I founded the Paris Indian Society to propagate Indian thoughts, and this was the flag. So who this person can be? And they tried to include the symbolisms from different religions. So who this person can be? So anyone pouncing? No? You want to answer? Next clue? Okay, no one else can pounce anymore. Let's look at the next clue. Due to my long stay and activities outside India, I was fondly bestowed the moniker Madam. So, Mahadevi Birla, do you have an answer? Okay, anyone else? No one? I saw some team has written the correct answer in the prelims in a different question. Let's look at the answer. So, the full name of this person was Vikaji Rustam Kama, which is Madam Kama. Okay. Okay, so nobody gets anything. This will be a direct for DPS Ruby Park now. So while in a foreign country, I took up the name Frank Brazil for some time. with the help of the Gadar party, I smuggled ammunitions to India. I have a district named after me in Uttarakhand. Okay, a lot of things to think of. They were associated with the Gadar party. They were in a foreign country and they took up the name Frank Brazil. I mean, for no apparent reason maybe. And they have a district named after them. So who is this person? Anyone bouncing? Want to make a gamble here? South Point? Okay. No? Okay. So do you want to answer or next clue? Anyone else? No one bouncing? Okay. Next clue. While in Brixton prison, I took up the name Ram Muhammad Singh Blank as a reference to the major religious communities of my state. In my diaries, I have written the name of my target incorrectly with an Y and not with a W. Okay? The last line is very helpful. And also look at the fact that his name references the major religious communities of their state. So which person this can be? And in their diaries, they have written the name of their target incorrectly with an Y and not with a W. Okay, so you want to answer, right? Okay, you have written the answer? Okay, I have seen a bounce from anyone else bouncing? Okay, Indus Valley is bouncing. Okay, I have seen an answer from Indus Valley. Anyone else bouncing? No one? So bounce is closed. This will be a record DPS. Uttam Singh. Okay. I have received an answer. Let's look at the final clue. In a biopic in 2022, Vicky Kaushal played my role. So who else could this be apart from Sardar Uttam Singh? So Indus Valley and South Point gets plus 15 and DPS Ruby Park also get plus 15. Okay. Next question. This will be for Modern High. I was influenced by Booker T. Washington's struggle to establish schools for the oppressed when I was in the USA. I founded the Indian Home Rule League in New York City. So establishing schools for the oppressed, founding member of Indian Home Rule League in New York City though. Keep that part in mind. Not in India. Okay? So anyone else bouncing? No one wants to bounce. Do you want the next clue? Okay. Next clue. I was heavily injured during a peaceful protest march against the Simon Commission. In response, I famously uttered, I declare that the blows struck at me today will be the last nails in the coffin of the British rule. So who this person can be? A very famous quote. I mean, in my history books it was very famous. We used to write it in blue pens and mark it, underline it. So who this person can be? And this person actually later died due to this injury. Would like to pounce? Okay. 2 teams are bouncing. Anyone else bouncing? 3 teams are bouncing. Do you want to answer? You want to answer as well? Okay, I'll check the bouncer and come to you. Okay, I have seen an answer from. So I have seen an answer from South Point to DPS Ruby Park, and you can bounce. Yeah. Okay, I have seen an answer from Mahadevi Birla. Okay, I have seen an answer from Sri Shiksha. Are you bouncing? No. Okay. So this will be a great for Modern. Okay, I have received an answer. Let's look at the next clue. I was one of the members of Lal Bal Triumvirate and I was known by the moniker Punjab Kesari. So this is indeed Lala Rajpat Rai. So now on the scores, South Point gets plus 15, Modern High gets plus 15, DPS Ruby Park you bounce, right? Yeah, they get also plus 15 and minus 7.5 for Mahadevi Birla. Oh sorry, you also bounce? Oh yeah, sorry. Sri Shiksha also gets plus 15. Yeah, you got plus 15, right? Yeah. Okay, final question for South Point. Final question for this round as well. Yeah. Sorry. 6A. I co-authored the book Occult Chemistry and due to my active intervention, Benares Hindu University was established in 1917. In 1980, I met a certain Helena who influenced my future in many ways. I helped spreading Theravada Buddhism in Sri Lanka. It's your direct. No. But you can guess only once. So look at the facts: occult chemistry, Theravada Buddhism, and met a certain Helena. I have intentionally removed their surname. So who this person can be? Okay, anyone wants to pounce? Okay, no one is brave enough, I think. Let's look at the next clue. When I was in London, I was one of the main proponents of the match girl strikes, which happened, due to red phosphorus and white phosphorus being poisonous to people who were working in the factories. It became the backdrop of the film Enola Holmes 2, which is on Netflix. In India, I was one of the co-founders of the Fabian Society. Fabian Society, very famous. Anyone wants to pounce? Wait, no one? Okay. Let's look at the final. No one else can pounce now. Okay, final clue. I was closely associated with the Indian National Congress, Home Rule League, and was the president of Theosophical Society of India. So who was this person? It's your direct south point. And that is incorrect. It's not Ronald Ross. I am seeing an enthusiastic hand here. Is it Annie Besant? Let's look at the answer. This is indeed Annie Besant. So Buddhism, Theosophical Society, Fabian Society and everything. So great answer from St. Lawrence from the background. And they have been answering all the questions more or less correctly. So great game there as well. So no team gets any points on this. So we are done this round and scores.
Okay, so Indus Valley gets 10. Not this. Okay, so Indus Valley gets 10. Sri Shikshayatam gets 10. Overall, yes. Mahadevi Birla gets 2.5. DPS is at 45, MHS at 35, and South Point at 65.
South Point is leading, and then there is DPS closely behind, following them. Okay, we have two more rounds. The next one is a written round with a theme. But I think before that we have a small break. Do we have a small break? So, is everyone back? Yeah, okay, South Point, please. Okay. Please call them. I think they'll come soon. Okay, we'll go to the next round. I'm just going to, I think you all have a sheet, right? So please write 1 to 6 in the sheet, because it's a written round. You have to write all the answers, and I'll be a little quicker. Wherever. Just make sure you have the names of your schools on the top of the sheet, so that it doesn't get lost or anything. Okay. So next round, 6 questions, 6 places in Kolkata named after freedom fighters. Okay. I know this is becoming a little bit heavy on Bengalis and Bengal, but it's very obvious. So plus 10 for each question and extra plus 10 for getting a full house. If you get all 6, you will get 70. Okay, so 6 places named after freedom fighters, and I can assure you very well places. No negative. So take guesses. Okay. And each question has one part only, so yeah. The following video won't play, but it's not that helpful either. The following video is from the funeral of an Indian revolutionary taking place in the streets of Lahore, 1929. Who is this Indian revolutionary who died in jail after 61 days of hunger strike, and he was the first Indian revolutionary to do so. So which Indian revolutionary died in jail due to an hunger strike? So you don't need the video won't play, and you don't need the video either. Yeah, sorry. The video is not needed and there is no negative marking. So look at the geography timeline. This person achieved this feat. Not feat exactly, but yes, only Indian revolutionary to do so. And whatever is named after this person is not very far from here. Not very near as well, not very far either. Okay. Question 2. We know this place as Office Para due to several administrative buildings in the vicinity, notably the Writers Building. However, its current name, this particular location's Office Para's current name, commemorates a battle that has taken place in the balconies of the Writers Building, resulting into the assassination of N.S. Simpson. So, what is the current name, official current name of Office Para? We also know it as Dalhousie Square, but it was changed after independence and to commemorate this battle as well. So what is its current name? You can give me a big answer or you can give me a small answer. Okay, this is question 2. Okay, well, the popular conception believes that this famous location was named after a revolutionary due to her last stand against the British in Midnapur. Historians claim otherwise. A map of the city made in 1832 shows its name already existing, and hence historian P.T. Dyer suggests two possible theories. It was either named after the Hindu caste, the people living in that area, or it was due to the presence of a Muslim pir in the vicinity. So which location is this? Again, not that far from this place. Okay, so look at the fact that we usually think, a popular conception is that it's named after a revolutionary due to her last stand against the British in Midnapur, but that's not exactly true. And also another fact that might help you, can be associated with a Hindu caste surname and can also be due to the presence of a Muslim pir in the vicinity. We are not very sure. So history is not about very certain of the origin of this location. So I need the location. It's not very far from here as well. Question 4. Birendranath Shashmal was a practicing lawyer in the Calcutta High Court and in the early 1930s he decided to defend a group of revolutionaries. However, the judgment did not go in their favor and the leader of the group was hanged in 1934. So among others, they were accused under the Indian Arms Act and Indian Explosives Act. So who was the leader who was hanged in 1934? A street connecting College Street and Shialda is named after him. So if you have been to College Street, this is a famous street where we see the famous Mutiram Mishti Tokan. Okay. So which street is this? And look at the timeline. This person decided to defend a group of revolutionaries, but their leader was hanged and they were accused under Indian Arms Act and Indian Explosives Act. So I just need the name of the person. So who was their leader who was hanged? Question 4 is this. Question 5. Question 5. In 1905, this person joined Dhaka Mukti Sangho inspired by his friend Hemchandra Ghosh. He was an active revolutionary throughout his life, helping other revolutionaries to hide, planning coups, etc., but was never arrested by the British. This devout Muslim not only names a street in Kolkata, but his name has become synonymous with a major center of political power in Bengal post-independence. So if you know what could be this major center of political power post-independence, so this person's name or the street's name has become synonymous with that particular power center. It's a devout Muslim, so you have something there, and he was in the Dhaka Mukti Sangho, and look at this major center of political power independence, and it still is in a way. So identify this person who names this street, who this can be, a little unknown maybe, but I'm pretty sure we have all heard their name. And question 6. Well, again another popular conception. Well, the popular conception believes that this location was named after a certain Bose. In reality, it was named after a certain Ghosh. Okay. Unlike his namesake, Ghosh was a moderate and he served as the president of Indian National Congress for 2 terms. Moreover, he helped to establish Bengal Chemical and Pharmaceutical Worlds, headed by Acharya Prafullo Chandra Roy. So, who or which location is this? So, we think that this could have been named after a certain Bose, but this was named after a certain Ghosh. So, that is everything you need. Okay? So, which location? Again, not very far from here. Not in the vicinity either, but not that far either. So 6 questions, I'll quickly run through. I will go back. No. This is question 6. I need a location not after the Bose but after the Ghosh. Sorry. Yeah. This person, question 5. Major power center of politics. Bengal post-independence, a devout Muslim. Birendranath Shashmal defended this group of revolutionaries, Indian Arms Act, Explosive Act, who was the leader, popular conception, last stand, British in Midnapur, historians claim something else, office para, current name, something that has taken place in the balconies of Writers Building. And I told you that you can give me either a long name or a short name. Okay, that's also a hint. Okay, following video is not playing, but look at the fact that this person died in jail after 61 days of hunger strike. So if you get a full house, you will get extra plus 10. Okay, so exchange your sheets. So team 1 with team 2, you guys exchange. We will check the scores. Please write down your answers and exchange. And you too exchange. Okay. Not one. I will give 10 seconds. Write your answers and exchange. You've written, write the names of your school so that it doesn't get lost. Have you exchanged? Please, now. Please. I want some answers from the audience now. Okay. And so each question carries 10. If it's correct, give a 10. If it's wrong, give a 0. Okay? Okay. Anyone in the audience? You are not in the audience. Anyone in the audience? Not Bagha Jotin, but this is Jotin Dash. Jar name Jotin Dash Park, which is here. Jotin Dash, he died of hunger strike. So if it's correct, Jotin Dash plus 10. Bagha Jotin is a different person. Jotindranath Mukherjee, different person. Jotin Dash is the only acceptable answer. Bagha Jotin is first, so no. Bagha Jotin, see, you have written Bagha Jotin, I can Jotin Dash Park, so no. Because Bagha Jotin and Jotin Dash Park is not same, right? Different person. I needed Jotin Dash only. Okay, so audience. That is correct, yes. This is indeed Binoy Badal Dinesh, BVD Bag. Anything to do with this that will give you fetching points?
They wrote Binoy Badal Street.
No. I mean, no, not really. Okay, this one. Hajra is correct. We think this is named after Matangini Hajra, but not really. It's either named after a Haji Pir shrine that is nearby, or Hajra, the Bengali caste title. So Hajra more, Hajra, not Matangini Hajra, just Hajra would do. Okay. Question 4 again to the audience. This Surya Sen Street is correct. Master the Surya Sen. So Surya Sen was hanged, and the others were like sentenced to Andamans, cellular jail and all. Okay, next. This one. No? Anyone audience? No, this is not that one. This is a Muslim person. Yes.
Is it Alimuddin?
Let's look at the answer. This is Sayyid Alimuddin Ahmed, Alimuddin Street, which is the headquarters of CPIM for a long time, it still is. So Alimuddin, if Alimuddin is there, give points. And this is the only available picture apparently of this person. So Sayyid Alimuddin Ahmed. Okay, the final one, not AJC. I think this is Rajbihari, which is not named after Rajbihari Boshu, but Rajbihari Ghosh, who was a Congress leader. Okay, so please mark the sheets accordingly and exchange, and we will have the scores. 10. Okay, so let's look at the scores. Team 1. Team 1, Indus 10. Okay, Sri Shikshatan gets a whooping 30. That is great. No. Baka Jyoti, you have written icon. Okay, Mahadevi Birla gets a 10. It's correct, right? You check also your yeah. So DPS Ruby Bar gets a 10. Modern High gets a 30. That's great. South Point gets a 20. 20. Okay. So we have the final anti-clockwise round. 6 questions to go. Keep your pen and papers ready, and from now we will begin from South Point and it will go anti-clockwise. Scores. So let's look at the scores.
Okay, so Indus Valley has 20, Sri Shikshatan 40, Mahadevi Birla 12.5, DBS 55, MHS has 65, and South Point 85.
So South Point, MHS and DPS are really closing in on each other. Let's see what happens in the final round. Anything can happen. Mahadevi Birla 10. Yeah. Okay, so final six questions. This will be a direct for South Point. So final round and first round rules apply. Pounds, bounds and everything. So first round is just in reverse. Okay. Yeah. One, in 1938, Mahatma Gandhi invited a master Moshai from Shantiniketan to Gujarat and requested him to depict the rural Indian lives for the upcoming Congress session. Which session was this? Notable, as in this session, Subhash Chandra Bose became the first President of Indian National Congress for the first time. So I need the name of the session, and as you know, sessions were named after geographical locations like Calcutta session, something like that. So I need this very iconic session. And in the next session he won, but later he resigned also due to Gandhi's disagreement. But I don't need that one, I need this one which happened in 1938 and not the 1939 one. So which artist has an easy way out with the assignment? Illustrating the panels in the following slides, I will show you some images. So these are some of the he depicted these people in their professional. So this is a sort of a bodyguard, she is weaving a charka. So he basically depicted the cultural things from Gujarat. Okay. So who was this person? This Master Moshai from Shantiniketan. And which session was this? And if you can figure out from a lateral coup, this artist has an easy way out for something. I don't know how, but yeah. Any teams bouncing? No one? +5 for each. And the first round rules apply. Okay, so closing pounds, you're pouncing, please write down. And with their pounds, I will close it. Okay, I have seen their pounds. Mahadevi Birla, closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, okay, so Modern High.
Kolkata session and Nandalal Bose.
Rabindranath Tagore and the Calcutta session.
Nandalal Bose and Delhi session.
Tagore and the Calcutta session. Rabindranath Tagore.
Okay, so I have received only one correct answer. And anyone in the audience? Okay. Nandalal Bose is correct for that. I think Modern High gets +5. But this was the Haripura Congress. Haripura Congress and Nandalal Bose. The easy way hint because he also painted or drawn the illustrations of Shahoj Path. But anyway. Okay, Nandolal Bosch and Horipura Congress. So only Modern High gets points, and this will be direct for DPS now. Question 2. Okay. Again, there is a video, but I don't think the video is much needed. The following video is from a play by Utpal Dotto, an edgy satire about the British education system. It was named after the weapon wielded by Dutt in the video. Oh, yeah, you bounced, right? Sorry, I forgot. So, Mahadev. Sorry, I missed. Okay. So yeah, two parts. So it's an edgy satire, and look at the fact that it was named after the weapon wielded by Dutt in the video. Okay, so name the play. So what he is doing is inviting someone in a duel in the video. So what weapon can this be? Think with that, because the video is not playing. Okay, it features a play within a play involving the life and struggle of Titumir, a Muslim peasant from Bengal. So what did Titumir build with natural resources to fight against the nexus of East India Company and the local zamindars who were imposing excessive tax? So I need two parts. What did Titumir build with the natural resources he had available to him? And name the play that was named after and weapon wielded by Dutt in the video. So he was inviting someone in the duel, inviting the British in a duel. He was dressed in a kingly attire. So think what weapon can this be? And if you know the play, then you already have the answer, right? So this will be a direct for DPS Ruby Park. Any teams pouncing? Closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I have received some answers, but let's see. So this will be a direct for DPS Ruby Park.
The weapon is a revolver, and what was the second question?
What did Titumir build with natural resources?
He built the cartridge for the revolver.
Mahadevi Birla. Say anything, there is no negative. Take a guess.
The weapon is sword.
So the name of the place is sword as well. Okay. And anything for the second part? I have to pass. Okay. Passing.
Weapon is a pen and the resource is a nib.
Okay.
Sword. Second, I don't know.
Column and indigo.
Okay. So anyone in the audience for both the parts? I have not. Yes, please. That is absolutely correct. So this play was called Teenage Talwar, which he wields out here. And Titumir built a bamboo fort, Basher Kella, very famous. Okay. So Titumir and his Basher Kella. So nobody gets anything, unfortunately. Do you think sword is the name of the play? It is not. Okay. I needed to be a little specific here. Okay. The next direct will be for Mahadevi Birla. Currently housed in Victoria and Albert Museum, this musical toy in the following slide was made for an Indian king. It depicts an European being killed by a tiger, indicating the king's triumph over the European forces. It becomes apt as the tiger also features on the insignia of the king. So which king? This king's innovative contribution to battles were found recently in Shimoga district, of which I have an image. So what are these objects? So these are the object, kind of round cylindrical objects, and that is the musical instrument. You can see an European soldier lying down and the tiger is kind of jumping over him. I'll go back. Look at the images carefully. These are some, it's found in the Shimoga district. So if you know where that is, that might help you. So second part is this king's innovative contribution to battles were found recently by ASI in Shimoga district. That's very important. So what are these objects? These are long cylindrical objects. So what these can be? And if you know the king, you can make a educated guess for the second part as well. So, this musical instrument toy was made for which king? Okay, so two teams are bouncing. Three. Okay, two teams are bouncing. I'm closing pounds with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have looked at their answers, so this will be a direct for Mahadevi Birla.
The king is Tipu Sultan. Grenades.
Grenades.
Tipu Sultan is on name.
So Tipu Sultan and okay, cartridge.
So yeah. So anyone in the audience? It is indeed Tipu Sultan, but these are the Congreve rockets or Mysore rockets that Tipu Sultan made for battle. So yeah, so Tipu Sultan Mahadevi Birla gets +5, and on pounds, modern high and DPS both get +10. So it's getting, yeah. What? They said first. Close fight there. I think last three questions. So, okay, we already have the score. So, Indus Valley is 20, Sri Shikshat is on 40, modern Mahadevi Birla is on 12.5, DPS is on 65, HS is on 80, and South Point is on 85. Close fight there. Anything can happen in the last three questions. Let's see. Okay. This painting in the following slide by Zufani depicts the first British Chief Justice of India who erroneously ordered the execution of Maharaja Nanda Kumar, a tax collector from Bengal, accusing Warren Hastings of tax fraud. So Warren Hastings basically was a friend of this Chief Justice and he said, "Chalo isko bahar nikalo." So he ordered an execution. So who was this person, the Chief Justice, and which British politician, famous for his timely notes on Indian education, claimed it as the first judicial martyr? This is the first judicial martyr. We think that Khudiram Bose is the first martyr, but this was the first person who was, Maharaja Nanda Kumar was the first person who was hanged by the British. So you see an image. This image was previously in High Court, but now it's in, I think, London. So this is the Chief Justice, as you can figure out. It's his wife, but not important for this question. The Chief Justice who ordered the, so he ordered the execution of Maharaja Nanda Kumar. So who is this Chief Justice, and which British politician, famous for his timely notes on Indian education, claimed it as the first judicial martyr? This will be a direct for Sri Shikshatan. You got +5 on the last one, so yeah, Sri Shikshatan. So closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pounds is closed.
The politician is Thomas Bellington Macaulay.
Thomas Macaulay and the first part now.
Second part is Macaulay, and first part.
The second part is Macaulay, and we don't know the
Second part Macaulay, nothing else.
This is indeed Thomas Babington Macaulay who published the Macaulay Minutes. And anyone from the audience for the first part? Is it Lord Clive? Not Lord Clive, but this was Eliza Impe, who was the first I forgot to add an answer slide here. It seems like. So this was Eliza Impe, who was the first British Chief Justice of India, and he was then impeached. And with Warren Hastings, he was also impeached. And sorry for not having the answer slides. Yeah, so they get +5. Sri Shikshatam gets +5 for Macaulay. Okay, final 2 question. In 2012, Calcutta University gave away graduation certificates posthumously to 2 of their students as the British government withheld their certificates for conspiracy against the British. While one of them shot Stanley Jackson, who later became a famous cricketer, during Calcutta University convocation, the other was involved in vandalizing the Pahartuli European Club under the order of Master the Shuchoshen, albeit later in life. They did not do it while they were studying in the university. So they did it later. But this person shot Stanley Jackson, shot Stanley Jackson during the convocation. So who were these people? I need 2 names. Both were the members of Chhatri Sangho, a student union, revolutionary student union led by Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. Okay, so 2 names I need. Both of them were members of Chhatri Sangho. So you can guess their genders. Assume their genders. So who are these people? One shot Stanley Jackson. The other was involved vandalizing, torching the Pahartuli European Club. Just to give you a context, the Pahartuli European Club had that famous saying ki dogs and natives are not allowed. Okay, so who is this other person working under the order of Shuchoshen? So 2 parts, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No teams are bouncing. So I think the next direct will be for Indus Valley. Unfortunately, none of them were Chhatris.
One of them is Preetilata Vadekar.
And the other? No idea. Okay, so thanks for giving me Preetilata Vadekar. That's really correct. So one is Preetilata Vadekar who vandalized and torched Pahartuli European Club and then had the potassium cyanide capsule. Anyone from the audience for the other person? Yes? Is it Kalpana Dutt? Not Kalpana Dutt, good guess, but this is someone else who was called Beena Das. They were together, of course, Kalpana Dutt, Beena Das and Preetilata Vadekar. So Beena Das and Preetilata Vadekar is all I needed. So +5 for Sri Shikshatam for getting Preetilata. Great answer there. Okay, final question. Okay, anything can happen in the final question again. Still possible. Let's see. And I think the final question might be a little full house also. Let's see. Okay, thank you Victoria Memorial Activity Club, Shagnik, participants. Thanks for staying here. All the audiences who are staying here. Skorar, Shomudro, thanks. Everyone, thanks. And yeah. So final question here. Yeah. Well, this was first heard on 27 December 1911 at a session of Indian National Congress. It was published for the first time in Tattvabodhini Potrika in 1912. The second time it was heard at a conference of Adi Brahmo Samaj due to Sharola Devi Chaudhurani. So what are we talking about? So it was heard, so think what kind of material it can be. It was later interpreted in Hindustani language by Ram Singh Thakuri in the 1940s for a special purpose. So what purpose was this? So 2 parts. What are we talking about? For the first part, that was published for the first time in Tattvabodhini Potrika, and it was heard in a conference of Adi Brahmo Samaj. That is extremely helpful. The timeline is also helpful, 1911, and also the fact if you know Sharola Devi Chaudhurani, their ancestry, their family, then that might help you get the answer. What are we talking about? And it was later interpreted in Hindustani in the 1940s for a special purpose. For a hint, something related to the special purpose has come in the quiz before, in this quiz before. Okay, so I need both the parts. Also think of the fact that this is the last quiz, last question of this quiz. That is maybe kind of apt, not apt maybe, but kind of nice to have it. Okay, so two things. What are we talking about? That was first heard in 1911 and later 1912. And what was this special purpose? Okay, it was interpreted in Hindustani. Okay, so this will be a direct for, I think, yeah, South Point. Anything bouncing? No? Okay, closing pound, South Point, here's your direct. Okay, I have had their answer. Not saying what is correct, what is wrong.
Janagana Mana and then for the national anthem.
Okay.
Janagana Mana for the national anthem.
Okay.
Janagana Mana for the Quit India movement.
Okay.
Janagana Mana, and it was the special purpose was for Subhash Chandra Bose's army's anthem, which was Sukh Sukh Chain.
That is absolutely correct. This is indeed Janagana Mana, and I wanted to play this as well, but unfortunately, so they were at a Sub Sukh Chain, which was adopted as the anthem of Indian Azadi Fauj, Indian National Army by Subhash Chandra. So Shrishik Shaitan gets a brilliant plus 10 there, and for Janagana Mana, yeah, MHS gets a 5. So we have a tie. So what do? Do we go by the prelim scores? I mean, that's the usual rule. That's the usual rule that we go by the prelim scores.
No, sir, prelim score. That's the usual rule.
Okay, bonus question. So I did not expect it to be a tie, so I don't have any bonus question. But I can maybe ask. I don't know. It depends on the organization or organizers, whatever they want to go with.
Ideally, if you have a tiebreaker, that would be the best solution. Otherwise, one has to resort to the traditional way of the prelim score.
Yeah,
if you
it's
have
usually
a tiebreaker, that will be a fairer solution.
It's usually the prelim scores that we do, but I'm thinking. I don't have a tiebreaker, but I can ask maybe a few things after my mind. Okay, I can maybe ask one or two questions out of my mind, and maybe from this quiz only, whatever has come here, but related to this quiz maybe. We have M.N. Roy. So this question, okay, if you know the answer, please write it down. So we had M.N. Roy. He established the Mexican Communist Party. So this couple, we know them for a completely different field. They were active members of this Mexican Communist Party, and while the wife is far more famous, if you can give me anything about the couple, that's fine. The wife is far more famous. They were associated with Mexican Communist Party. Later, the wife had an affair with Leon Trotsky from Russia. Okay, so a huge thing going on internationally. So if you can give me either the wife or the husband. No, there is no negative. If you can give me an answer. No, not now. Please write down your answer. If you have anything, please. Yeah, if you can give me either the husband or the wife. Okay, I have received an answer from South Point. Let's look at the answer from. Do you have any wife or like? Is this fair or should we go by the film school? But okay, I'll see. Not Jawaharlal Nehru. Anyone in the audience? Who is this husband-wife couple? Who we might have seen in a museum as well. So South Point actually has the wife. So brilliant round of applause for them. So the wife is, husband is Diego Rivera, a famous artist, and his wife is more famous, I think, Frida Kahlo, another famous artist, and both of them were part of Mexican Communist Party. They were active members, and they later sheltered Trotsky when he fled there. So yeah, so South Point wins by prelim scores or by this as well. So South Point wins the quiz, and a brilliant game from MHS. And we have DPS Ruby Park on 65, coming close, fourth, I think. 60 Sri Shikshanatan, very good job. And we have Indus Valley on 20 and Mahadevi Birla on 12.5. Great game, could have been better, but Karun. And brilliant round of applause for these guys as well. They have been answering many of the questions. So if they were in final, you guys might have had a very hard time. And thank you. And yeah, that's how we end the quiz. Thank you.
Thank you everybody for the wonderful quiz and for the wonderful day that we've been having. Just remain in your seats for a little while. We'll be supplying the refreshments and also the writing of certificates and everything is happening. So we'll just take a 5-minute break. We should be done at the time that we had promised. And a big round of applause for the quiz master, Divanjit. The gracious, auspicious blessings of Noresh. I'm just going to keep repeating that. So I have the certificates. I'll just call your name according to your schools. So kindly come up and receive your certificates. So first I have St. Lawrence High School, Shoparno Gupta. Rochishnu Mojumdar, and Devyam Baid, St. Lawrence High School. The Calcutta Emmanuel School, I have Deep Mojumdar. The Calcutta Emmanuel School, Shumit Patra. The Calcutta Emmanuel School, Riti Shah. Then I have from the BJ Memorial International School, Nyeon Young Lee, sorry. The BD Memorial International School, Shomi Agarwala. And from the BD Memorial International School, Arif Yasmin. Among the finalists now, I have Delhi Public School, Ruby Park, Oritra Haldar. And for the finalists, we also have a notebook with the impressions of the Kalighat, some of the Kalighat pots which are in the collection of the Victoria Memorial Hall. So, in Delhi Public School, Ruby Park, Shoirindri Banerjee. The Delhi Public School, Ruby Park, Sarangin Nandi. Then I have Mahadevi Birla World Academy, Atmajyoti Basu. Could all three from Mahadevi Birla just be ready? Mahadevi Birla World Academy, Deeptangshu Roy Chaudhary. From the Mahadevi Birla World Academy, I have Puhumi Dasani. From the Indus Valley World School, I have Kumudesh Ghosh. Then I have Yashvardhan Singh, Indus Valley World School. And from the Indus Valley World School, I have Srinjoy Chatterjee. Mr. Raman, you would come up to the final set of prizes. Now I have Modern High School for Girls, Aratrika Banerjee. Modern High School for Girls, Ashmita Roy Bhomik. In Modern High School for Girls, Tanishka Sinha. Shri Shikshaitan School comes next, Anushka Saha. Shri Shikshaitan School, Sharanya Sarkar. Shri Shikshaitan School, Prakriti Adhikari.
The postscript of the quiz is, do you people know you have to name one part or the other part of the people who gave to you the certificates now? Do you know that? That's the next part of the quiz. Do you know the persons who gave you the certificates? So Shavnik, you should ask them the question and then give them the answers.
Yeah, before announcing the final winning prizes, not announcing anymore, before giving away the final winning prizes, first and foremost we have Mr. Raju Raman, the program consultant and long-time quizzer debater known by many avatars. Mr. Raju Raman, program consultant, Victoria Memorial Hall. Among the prize givers we have Mr. Sundar Ram, member of the education unit, very indispensable member. Shilpi Sarkar, again indispensable member of the education unit. Of course, by now you are pretty familiar with Devanjan Mahapatra, the quiz master for today's quiz. And finally, last but not the least, we have Shomudra Laik. He is currently interning with the education unit of the Victoria Memorial Hall, having completed his graduation very recently.
And finally, last but not the least, the person who organized it all is Shavnik Bhattacharya.
Currently, everybody knows it. And the moment I think a lot of us have been waiting for, I call upon the team, actually, South Point High School, Shamritho Bose.
Oh, you get an extra certificate also. Yes.
You get an extra.
And you get this.
That's your prize, essentially.
Yeah, but don't look at it now. It may be empty for all you know.
We have Debojit Pal, South Point High School. And last but not the least, South Point High School, Shauraditya Mukherjee. A big round of applause for all participants. Thank you. And may I ask Mr. Raman to deliver the final words?
No, there is no final words to say, because every session like this, a quiz session like this, we come with a lot of expectation. The basic premise is era koto ki jane, but then at the end of the quiz you realize amra shobai koto ki jani na. That is the beauty of coming to such quiz competitions, because the more you know, the more there remains to be known also. These little details, and it was wonderfully prepared by the quiz master today. You know, these answers which lie embedded in the clues that are given to you. So it is a kind of art and skill that you develop. It is not a question of memorizing that this person did the freedom movement or this person did the freedom movement. This kind of quiz is something where you deduce something, you know, from the clues. You work out something. And for that, you develop a kind of skill over the years, which is very, very commendable, which is also true for public speaking. Not everyone can go and stand in front of somebody and start speaking on a particular topic. So keep indulging in these exercises, and we are very, very thankful to the teachers who have accompanied you, your parents who allow you to do all these things, and your schools which are encouraging these kind of activities, because as very many great people have said also, Shikkar Baire Shekha. Shikha is the education system, and there is a syllabus, so you go through it. But that Baire Jeguna Shekha, that helps you in real life later on. So congratulations to all of you. Thank you very much. Come back again to the Victoria Memorial Hall the next time the activity is done. Have a nice, rainy, khichudi day.